Ladies and gentlemen, I have an exquisite pleasure this evening of introducing you to one of my rock star students who has just done an amazing job during her undergraduate degree with me. It's been a great privilege to have her in my studio these last 4 years, and I'm pretty upset that she got accepted to lots of master's student schools, which means she's leaving me. I will do my best. Hopefully she will come back, maybe for a DMA. There's hope. Anyway, I know you guys are in for a great treat tonight. Pull out your seatbelts. Please welcome to the stage Karley Swallow, Casey Morris, and Jean LeBron.
abhors, in little girls is slamming doors.
A trick that everyone abhors, in little girls is slamming doors.
Ponto, he cried with an angry frown, let go! Jim. The honest keeper's eyes were dim. The lion having reached his end, the miserable boy was dead. When nurse informed his parents, they were more concerned than I can say. His mother, having dried her eyes, says, "Well, it gives me no surprise. He would not do as he was told." His father, who was self-controlled, made all the children round attend to James's miserable end, and always keep a hold of nurse, for fear of finding something worse. Matilda told such awful
Matilda told
lies.
such awful
It made them
lies.
gasp and stretch
It
one's
made them gasp
eyes.
and stretch
That
one's
her aunt
eyes.
from her earliest
Her aunt from her earliest
had kept a strict regard
had
for
kept
truth.
regard for truth, attempted to
leave
leave Matilda.
Effort
It
very
nearly killed her. Now once towards the close of
once
day,
towards the close of
Matilda
day.
growing tired of
Matilda
play,
growing tired
and
of
finding
play.
she was left alone,
She was left
went
alone.
tiptoe to the
The
telephone,
telephone
and summoned immediately of London's fire brigade.
from Parsley down the road.
Hurry, passing up the gallant road through the town.
Matilda's house is burned down.
Matilda's house is burning down. Matilda's house is burning down.
And their ladders through the score of windows on the bottom floor.
They took peculiar pains to souse the pictures up and down the house, till Matilda's line succeeded in showing them they were not needed. And even when she had to pay to get the men to go away.
It happened that a few weeks later, her aunt went off to the theater.
To the theatre.
To see that entertaining play, the second Mrs. Tanqueray.
That night a fire did break out.
Should have heard Matilda
Should have heard
shout.
Matilda
Should have
shout.
heard her scream and
Should have heard her
shout.
scream and
roll windows up and fall. But every time she shouted, "Fire!" the people answered, "Eternal!"
The chief defect of Henry King was chewing little bits of string. At last he swallowed some, which tied itself in ugly knots inside. Physicians of the utmost fame were called at once, but when they came, they answered as they took their fees. There is no cure for his disease. Henry will very soon be dead. His parents stood about his bed, lamenting his untimely death. When Henry with his latest breath cried, "Oh, my friends, be warned by me that breakfast, dinner, lunch, and tea are all the human frame requires. With that the wretched child expires. Augustus Fortescue. He never lost his hat or tore his stockings or his pinafore. In eating bread he made no crumbs. He was extremely fond of sums.
And as for finding mutton fat unappetizing, far from that, he often at his father's board would beg them of his own accord to give him, if they did not mind, the greasiest morsels they could find. His later years did not belie the promise of his infancy.
In public life he often tried to take a judgment broad and wide.
In
Private none was more than he, renowned for quiet courtesy.
he rose at once in his career,
And long before his 40th year, had wedded Fifi, only child of Bunyan, first Lord Alva-filed.
had been Fifi, only child of First Lord Bunyan, Alva-filed.
He thus became immensely rich and built a splendid mansion, which is called the Cedars Muswell Hill, where he resides in affluence still.
To show what everybody might become,
By simply doing right, to show what everybody might become by simply
have a world premiere to start off the second half of the program. And I'd like to ask the composer to come and say a few words. Kai?
Hello everyone, thank you for being here tonight. I'll tell you a little bit about this piece that you're about to hear. So, it's 3 dramatic scenes for Lady Macbeth. A little bit of inspiration behind this piece. When I was in middle school and high school, I would travel and go to the Utah Shakespeare Festival down at SUU in Cedar City. And a trio scene that has always stuck with me was Act 5, Scene 1, where Lady Macbeth goes mad. And it's always just ruminated with me through my high school and into my college years. And I drafted sort of the first test draft of this cycle for Act 5, Scene 1 in 2023. That premiered fall of that year. I've had some time to ruminate on that piece along with Macbeth in its totality and thinking about characters that sort of lead the whole story along, and that is Lady Macbeth. So I wanted to create this pseudo-operetta, 3 chenas within a song cycle that kind of portray her descent into madness. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I'd like to thank Dr. Kirsten Chavez for this wonderful opportunity, Karley and Jean for being just wonderful collaborators, and your guys' time. Thank you for being here.
that which hath quenched them hath given me fire. Are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die. I hear knocking. Alack, I am afraid that it is they have awakened, and it is not done. The attempt, and not the deed. These deeds must not be thought after in such ways. It will make us mad. It will make thee mad. It will make me mad! Are but as pictures. The sleeping and the dead but as pictures. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. Retire me to my chambers. A little water clears us of this deed. Water clears us of this deed. A little water clears us of this deed. Water clears us. Put on your nightgown. Be not so lost poorly in your thoughts. out of his grave. He cannot come out from his grave. He cannot come out of his grave. To bid, I hear knocking. From vine and tree, breathed down the much. There are so many people here that I could thank for getting me to where I am right now, but I just want to take this moment to shout out just a couple people. I'd really love to thank Casey and Porter and Kai and Jean, my amazing collaborators on this program. It's been so much fun to work with all of you. I just thank you so much. I also can't go without mentioning my teacher and my mentor, Kirsten Chavez, who is like words fail me. She's so incredible. I'm so eternally grateful for her wisdom and guidance and support and kindness throughout my 4 years here at the University of Utah. I thank you so much. And last but not least, I have to thank my mom, of course, who has supported me throughout this whole singing thing. And I really appreciate you so much, Mom. And you always pushed me to be the best that you knew I could be. So thank you so much. Thank you again so much for coming. And without further ado, this is No One Is Alone from Stephen Sondheim's Into the Woods. I hope you enjoy.